Good morning, students. In this video, we'll discuss about the special rules of first figure. We have already discussed the valid moods of first, second, third, and fourth figure, all the fourth figures. Today we'll discuss about the special rules of first figure. Special rules means there are certain general syllogistic rules. There are 10 general syllogistic rules. They are applicable for all figures. But this rule is applicable only for the first figure, not for all figures. Therefore, it is a special rule for the first figure. We should discuss it one by one. The middle term position of the middle term is MP, SM, SP. The major premise must be universal. The major premise must be universal. The major premise must be universal. We have to prove why the major premise must be universal in the first figure. The position of middle term MP, SM, conclusion is SP. The major premise must be universal. We have to prove it. If the major premise be not universal, it must be particular. If major premise be not universal, so it must be particular. It must be particular means I or O proposition. Then if the major premise is particular, the minor premise should not be particular. It must be universal. It must be universal. If minor premise is universal, why? Because if both the premises is particular, no conclusion can be done. So if one of the premises is particular, the other premise must be universal. The particular proposition I and O. I proposition distribute neither subject nor predicate, and the middle term is not distributed in this major premise. So it must be distributed in the minor premise. If it is universal, so it is either A or it is universal distributes its subject only. Then the particular proposition means either I or O proposition. Conclusion will be particular means either O proposition. If the conclusion particular, so no can be distributed. So middle term is not distributed neither in the major premise nor in the minor premise. Neither in the major premise nor in the minor premise. So it leads to the fallacy of undistributed middle. Indeed. So in order to, if the major premise is not universal, it must be particular. If it is particular, so minor premise must be universal. If it is universal, either E or O, either E or O. Either A or E. If A proposition, it distributes subject. E, both the subject predicate, and in conclusion in negative means it distributes predicate term. Then either E, it is distributes predicate term, which is not distributed in the major premise. So it leads to the fallacy of illicit measure. If it is A proposition, it is subject only. So middle term will not be distributed in any of the premise. It leads to the fallacy of undistributed middle. So it must be, instead of particular, it must be universal. So major premise must be universal. Universal means either subject term will be distributed. So there will be no fallacy of undistributed middle. Then the second rule is special rule 2. Another rule is there, that is the minor premise must be affirmative. The minor premise must be affirmative. MP, SM, SP. If the minor premise be not affirmative, the minor premise is, this is minor premise, this is major premise, and this is minor premise. This is major. See, the minor premise must be affirmative. The minor premise be not affirmative, so it must be negative. If the minor premise be negative, so major premise must be affirmative. Why? Because if both the premises be negative, so no conclusion can be drawn. So when the minor premise is negative, the major premise is affirmative, and the conclusion must be negative. The conclusion must be negative. If it is affirmative, so it is A or I proposition. A proposition distribute subject only, I distribute neither subject. If it is negative, E or O proposition, E distribute both subject predicate, O distribute predicate. Here the middle term is distributed in the middle. But here the conclusion is negative, so either E or O. When the negative proposition distribute predicate term. Middle term, major term is distributed in the conclusion, which will not be distributed, which is not distributed in the major premise. So it leads to the fallacy of illicit measure. Again, I am repeating it. The rule is the minor premise must be affirmative. If the minor premise be not affirmative, so it must be negative. When the minor premise be negative, so the major premise must be affirmative. Why? Because if both the premises be negative, no conclusion can be drawn. So the major premise must be affirmative. When major premise is affirmative, minor is negative, so conclusion must be negative. Why? Because one of the premises is negative, the conclusion must be negative. So here, if it is A proposition, distribute subject term. If it is O, I neither subject nor predicate. If it is E proposition, then distribute both subject predicate. The middle term is distributed either in the major premise or in the minor premise. So there is no fallacy of undistributed middle. But if the conclusion is negative, means it distributes predicate term. Either it is E proposition or O proposition, distributes predicate term. The conclusion predicate is, that is the major term. The major term is distributed conclusion, which is not distributed in the major premise. So leads to the fallacy of illicit measure. Therefore, the minor premise must be affirmative. The minor premise must be affirmative. This is rule about first figure. Then rule second figure. Special rules of the second figure. Second figure. The position of middle term second figure is, that is PM, SM, SP. In the second figure, similarly, the major premise must be universal. The major premise must be universal. Similarly, we have to prove it. PM, SM, SP. If the major premise be not universal, so it must be particular. If the major premise is particular, the minor premise must be universal. Why? Because if both the premises be particular, no conclusion can be drawn. In order to avoid the fallacy, so one of the premise must, when the major premise is particular, the minor premise must be affirmative. No, universal. Must be universal. Must be universal. The conclusion must be particular. When the conclusion is particular, when it is universal, means minor premise is universal, the major term will be distributed. When the major term is distributed, the minor premise, the minor term is distributed in the minor premise, so it must be distributed in the minor conclusion in order to avoid the fallacy of illicit minor. So the major premise in particular means it is either I or O proposition. When the conclusion is particular, conclusion is either I proposition or O proposition. I proposition distribute neither subject nor predicate. If it is O proposition, distribute predicate. But when it is universal, means it distributes only subject term. The minor term is distributed in the minor premise, which is not be distributed in the conclusion. It leads to the fallacy of illicit minor. So the major premise must be universal. Instead of particular, it must be universal. This is the rule, that is we have proved. Then the second rule, second figure, second rule, one of the premises must be negative. One of the premises must be negative. Out of the two premises, one of the premises must be negative. PM, SM, conclusion SP. One of the premises must be negative. Either major premise or minor premise, one must be. But we should not make one of the premises negative, but we should make both the premises be affirmative. Both the premises must be affirmative. Rule is that one of the premises be negative. If the one of the premises be not negative, so it must be affirmative. Both the premises may affirmative. Affirmative means A or I proposition. A or I proposition. A proposition distribute subject term. I distribute neither subject nor predicate. If it is also A proposition is subject term, neither subject nor I proposition distribute neither subject nor predicate. That means the middle term will not be distributed neither in the major premise nor in the minor premise. If both the premises be affirmative, so the middle term will not be distributed in any of the premises. So it leads to the fallacy of undistributed middle. Undistributed middle. So one of the premises must be negative. Well, if it is negative, so negative proposition is to predicate. So there will be no fallacy of undistributed. In order to avoid that fallacy, so one of the premises must be negative. This is proved. Thank you.